Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the It's Pizza Time podcast. I am your host, iNDiGO. Today, I am joined by a very special guest, Surphase.
Hello.
Hi, welcome. I guess for everybody who doesn't really know who or what Surphase is, would you like to give like a bit of an explanation to who you are, what you do?
Yeah, okay, so I'm Surphase. I make music pretty much for fun. I'm based in Norway. I'm 16 years old. I think I've been doing music for around 3 years, and my kind of goal with music was to make something that I could myself enjoy, something that I could listen to myself, and that's pretty much been my goal for the entire time.
So like, did you have like the idea of like wanting to get into like melodic dubstep, because that's like the kind of stuff that at least now you're making, right?
Yeah, I began being inspired by like Universal Right, of course,
Yeah.
and he kind of set the ground. He was the ground inspiration for me, so I based a lot of that upon him, and now I'm kind of exploring new stuff like Corn Sound, Neuro. I also have been lately trying a bit of breakbeat, but I haven't released any yet. So I'm really looking forward to seeing people's reactions on that.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be an interesting development for you. So
Yeah, I heard the new Sleeping album also really inspired me. I really like the way the clean cutted production and everything, how it sat so well. Want to make something similar to that, but also combine my style with it.
Gotcha. So like, yeah, you've been doing this. So yeah, you've only been doing this. You haven't been doing this, I guess, for as long as like most other people. But like, you're still what, only 16, right? So you definitely, I'd say, a bit ahead of the curve, so to speak.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, yeah, I got like 3 years on you, and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing music-wise. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I know what I'm doing either. Just slapping effects and random shit on top of sounds, and until it sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right. I guess then I'll move on and ask you the one question we ask everybody on this show, being, what is your favorite kind of pizza?
Oh, that's a hard question.
It's usually the hardest question I ask, which is
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
definitely.
Yeah.
So I know it's kind of a sin, but I haven't eaten that much pizza.
Oh no, that's fine.
But I think like once my mom and we made a pretty banger of pizza. It was like I think it was Italian because the crust was thin, and we had mozzarella and red sauce, and I think only some salad, and it was really good. I think that's my favorite.
Like, salad isn't like lettuce on top of it?
I think so. Rucola. I don't know how to pronounce it in English, but
like arugula.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That.
You know,
I think it was vegetarian too.
Yeah, I've never really thought about having that on pizza, but that actually sounds kind of good.
I don't like arugula itself, but on top of pizza, it's kind of nice.
It's like kind of crunchy, isn't it?
I wouldn't say crunchy. It's like it's almost no texture on it. It's
really? Okay.
It's a leaf.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I know how to explain it.
So it's, texture of leaf. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting. But like, you made it yourself?
I made it with my mom.
So.
Yeah.
I guess, would you value like I guess the homemade style more so than like The kind you get at a restaurant, or
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Or I mean, restaurants can make really good pizzas, but I like eating at home. I feel like there's more peace. Uh, yeah, pretty much, and you have more control of what you're making. But I
mm,
can definitely appreciate like restaurant pizzas and also some pizzas from shops and stuff.
yeah, like I don't know about like I know that there's only like a couple like actual pizza chains like over in Sweden, but I don't know about Norway. Like, do you guys have any like big like pizza like chains? I'm pretty sure you guys have. You
Yeah,
must
we
have
got
Domino's,
one.
right?
No, we don't have
Oh,
Domino's.
you
I think
don't? Shit. Okay.
we have something called Pepe's Pizza.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
we
have
don't
that.
really, and I think the other one is called Dolly Dimples. I'm not sure, but it is something like that. I only think we have two pizza chains. I'm not sure if we have anything else. Or
Mm.
yeah, we have one that's called Pizza Bakern, Pizza Baker,
Mm.
and that's pretty much it.
That's
We
interesting.
don't usually we don't usually what's it called? Yeah, we usually make homemade pizzas.
Mm. Gotcha. I find that a little interesting that there's not like what's it called, like more I guess like
Mainstream.
yeah, not mainstream, but like more like world well known um I guess yeah, mainstream chains, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
that
no,
yeah, it might just be like a Norway thing. I don't know.
yeah, no. I know it's
Cuz
weird because Norway
yeah.
does have a lot of other stuff from other countries,
Mm.
but I don't think we have that many chains from different countries,
Yeah, that's fair.
except for like McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah. Sweden doesn't have that many either. It's yeah, like McDonald's, Burger King, but I think we have Pizza Hut, but I'm not sure.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure we got that one. But yeah,
yeah.
anyway, let's move on from pizza talking because, usually every episode is like 15 minutes worth of that, and
Oh
I'm
God,
assuming people would get kind of annoyed at some point.
dropping out of the podcast because of all the pizza talk.
Dude, yeah, crazy. What a concept. So I guess your music wise, I'm pretty sure most people coming to see this episode or listen to this episode or whatever will most likely know you from your Rushdown release.
Yeah.
So I guess simply put, like, how did that like come up? Or first of all, I guess, well, you already talked about how you got into music, but I guess how did that whole Rushdown thing come about?
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny because firstly, I was like I think a bit more than a year ago, I really wanted to release on Rushdown, and I sent a track that I called Chirp, which was like a VR ripoff, jazzy kind of thing.
Mm?
It's still up on my SoundCloud, but yeah, it was by a different alias, which was neutral. I think I had two aliases before Surface, and I really struggled to find a cool name. So I finally ended up with Surface, which was a name that a friend gave me
Mm.
since I had no creativity to come up with a name. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I sent that track, Chirp. It didn't get in, sadly. So I kind of just ignored Rushdown for a while, just worked on music. But I actually sent a lot of songs in for feedback to Skybreak's live stream,
Mm.
and essentially he thought that it was good enough for Rushdown, and he recommended me to chime. So
Oh.
eventually I got in because of Skybreak and Nair. They recommended me into Rushdown.
Oh,
So yeah,
that's pug.
that was pretty much how it went. Yeah, that was really nice.
Uh,
So I kind of when I didn't really care about Rushdown, I got in.
so it was more
So that
like,
was
that's definitely interesting. So you wanted to initially, and then you just kind of like gave up hope on it, and then it just happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't say gave up hope, but I
Yeah, yeah,
just tried to get better and took it how it went,
yeah. You were just
and
like,
eventually it worked out.
yeah,
Yeah,
or rather, you probably were thinking like, oh yeah, I probably just need to get like a lot better before like I try again, you know?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And it just happened, so that was fun.
that's good. And nice to know that like I guess it's probably like nice to know that you were I guess ready for it before you even before you thought you were, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I also kind of forgot about Rushdown when I know. I don't remember how it went, to be honest.
Mm,
Exactly.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure that we can probably expect more from you in Rushdown in the future, if I'm
Yeah, I would
not
think so.
mistaken. Yeah. Is
But
that
I'm also kind of unsure because I'm still like I feel like my style is still evolving. It's not set yet.
yeah.
And if I eventually go into these breakbeat type genre, or maybe not breakbeat, but more neuro based stuff,
Hmm.
I feel like I may go and try to get on labels like Vision or Inspected. Those
Hmm.
are long shots, but I want to try at least.
Like would you say those are like your highest goals, or like what's like your highest potential goal?
My highest potential goal.
Like not just
It
yeah, not just like where to release your music, but like I guess where you want to take the Surface project.
I think where I want to take the Surface project constantly changes because I get different inspirations and ideas all the time. I don't have, for example, I was set on Rushdown, and now I kind of want to go to Vision. That might also change later, but for
Hmm.
now, I think it would be I think it would be Vision.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I guess are there besides like making music, I take it you've never actually like done any live performances.
Uh, Kind of. I have. So I played in band for like I think it was 4 years, 4 or 5 years. I played an instrument called the euphonium.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a small tuba.
Okay, so that
So that's
yeah.
kind of it.
All
And
right.
I also performed a bit of keyboard in front of my school. But
Gotcha.
that's pretty much it.
Gotcha. So like, but you've never actually done anything, I guess, with the current music that you're making, like whether.
Uh, not really. I wanted to try it, but I'm not sure how to set it up yet. So I think I'll experiment some more with it. My school actually is trying to help me with figuring out how to do live stuff, and yeah, to
Ooh,
get it as
that's
tasks and stuff.
that's awesome. Good school system.
Yeah, we I go to a music based school, so we get
Ah,
normal
okay.
school and plus music lessons. We get singing lessons, keyboard lessons, or piano lessons, and we get one instrument we choose on our own, which we
That.
play to get in the school.
All right. Yeah, that's a
And
vibe.
I chose Mac, like making music. Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Like we don't really have a lot of schools like that here. Um, I don't know if that's like really because it's like obviously like I said like I'm from Sweden, but I live in LA, so it's like the
Yeah,
United
yeah.
States like doesn't really. I feel like they don't have like a lot of specialized school systems. There's
No,
probably a
I think
couple.
Norway is pretty good on that.
Yeah.
We have like a lot of different kind of schools, like
Yeah.
engineering or electronics, whatever.
Yeah, we have a
We
couple,
have the
but
most.
like they're super expensive. It's like private school kind of things, and it's like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, there's no way like any like the average person is gonna like kind of afford it. So
yeah. I heard that. I heard that. America has a lot of like expensive schools. It sounds kind of like a pain in the ass.
It really is, but like that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're gonna move
No
on.
politics.
No, no,
No.
no, no politics. um,
But yeah, you want to hear how the Azure track started? I could talk a bit about that.
oh yeah,
It's
sure.
kind of
Go for it.
it was kind of funny how it happened because I think I first was inspired a bit by sharks actually, and I didn't know how he made his stuff, so essentially I was lazy, and a song that is released now but was not released at the time. I just released it. It's called Bird's Nest.
Mhm.
I I basically took the track into a granulator and I granulated it, um, and then I sampled it and I put it into a rhythm, and basically that's where the main synth of the track started. And then I added drums, arpeggios, leads on top of that, and that was basically how Azure became Azure.
That's
So basically, it was me being lazy, but it ended up cool. So whatever.
that's fair. I mean, it definitely sounds like solid. Like I wouldn't have guessed that, just from the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like fucking. Sorry, it's like this is like I guess the obligatory point of the show where I just kind of like had something like I was thinking of saying and then I just kind of forget it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. I'll
yeah, don't worry about
give
it.
you a sec.
No, yeah, thank you. This happens like very frequently. I don't like, you think after doing, what is this? I think this is gonna be the fifth. This is the, no, this should be the 60th episode of this show. After 60
Oh
episodes,
damn!
I still don't know how to do this properly.
Congratulations on
uh,
60 episodes.
oh
By the
yeah,
way,
woo, we did it.
let's go.
We're like all we're
That's true to 69. Funny
yeah, dude.
number.
I I'm still thinking like who could I possibly get for the 69th episode? It's got to be somebody special,
Oh,
you know?
looking forward to that.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out who it could be. That'd be like yeah, it's definitely important.
Hmm.
Um
Well, maybe we could figure out that in this episode. Just
oh,
spend the whole episode thinking about
spend the whole
the
episode thinking
69th
about yeah,
artist.
spend a whole episode talking to you about another episode.
Yeah, bro, that's gonna be a sick episode.
Dude, honestly, like everybody will get a window into my process that is just absolutely nothing but stupidity.
Yeah, how do you choose artists? Could I ask that,
Uh, I uh
or did I melt your brain?
it kind of I just honestly it's a lot of just kind of like asking and see who's actually up for it cuz obviously it's like we're a fairly small we're a very small podcast, but it's like and it's like some people aren't they're not going to be like, "Oh, just cuz it's the pizza time guy, we're going to do it." Some people are like cool enough in that they'll actually do it though. But like
Yeah, like me, I'm really cool.
hell
Yeah,
yeah, dude! You're the coolest guy in the room.
yeah.
I mean,
Sounding cocky there.
no, but don't worry about it. You're pretty rad. You're Norwegian, so like Nordic blood.
Superior.
Yes,
No.
Nordics.
Let's go, no Vikings. No,
Yes, that's what's
I
up.
know.
Um, but yeah, it's like it's an interesting like dilemma because sometimes it's like sometimes there's somebody who I'm like I really or because sometimes like I'll message somebody expecting like oh yeah like I talk with this person somewhat frequently. I'm pretty sure they'd be down. Um, and then they're the ones that like are like nah like or well, yeah I'm kind of too busy to do it,
Oh,
and then I'm like ah man, but then it's the people that
that's
I
kind of
don't
sad.
yeah but then it's the people I don't expect that are like yeah you know what sure fuck it why not.
Maybe it's because like they, if you're closer, they don't, or if you're not that related or not that close, they think I don't want to hurt your feelings, so fuck it, I'll do it. Maybe it's
maybe.
like that.
But it's like it seems like
I don't know.
the people that I'm it's not so that like I'm not it's more so like I'm not expecting them because like some of the people that I've asked have been like fairly bigger. And it's like I'm always surprised when, like these people are like, down like, we had Wales on for instance. And that was like
Yeah,
that was really surprising. I was like, "Oh, you, okay. Like I'm surprised you're down."
and that's kind of fun when you like find out that people in the community are also people.
Mm.
Like even though they got a big following, you still have the chance to talk to them, and
Oh
they
yeah.
talk like normal people. Are
Yeah, it's super interesting because I initially started this I started this kind of like I want to get like I want artists to be able to like to talk about what it is that they want to talk about, but like whatever that might be, but it's also like
yeah,
I wanted a platform to kind of highlight artists like you for instance, which I am a fan of, but like there wouldn't really be you wouldn't have really done many like interviews, you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely.
Which is like I feel like it's a cool place for people like us that have kind of like this niche taste that to kind of like go see like oh cool like this artist that like I know did an interview that like
Yeah, that's really
and
cool.
it's like the only place where you can find an interview with this person.
Yeah, I don't think there are many like podcasts in this genre of music. I haven't at least searched for it.
Yeah, I know
Many.
there's like I know that there's Sidewalk Talk and we had one
Oh
of the
yeah,
couple of the people from Sidewalk Talk on here. They're
isn't
lovely.
that's more mainstream though, or
Yeah,
not mainstream, but like with bigger artists.
yeah, they usually do
This
bigger
is more,
artists, and I
yeah,
sometimes I would love to do bigger artists, but I think like the beauty of it is that I can have somebody on this show that has like 100,000 SoundCloud followers, and then also have somebody on this show who has like 500,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's like an equal platform, and sometimes the person with like the smaller following gets like more attention, I guess.
Yeah.
So which
Yeah,
is
it's
kind
really
of cool.
nice, really nice.
Yeah. Uh, Anywho, I guess let's see. What like since you haven't done much live experience stuff, I guess like what is your highest goal? Like what do you really want to like do you want to do like live stuff or do you just like want to kind of continue just like with production right now or would you like or do you have like I guess a goal in mind of like playing a certain venue or festival or something?
I don't really have a specific goal for that, but
Mm.
I kind of want to find out, at least first, before I get a goal for that, I want to find out a way I could perform because I actually got a deck for Christmas, but I feel like I got peer pressured by my parents to return it, so I eventually returned it, which I kind of regret now. But basically, the reason why is because they said that I should find some way to perform maybe a bit more uniquely, maybe include like playing the keyboard or whatever. Like I've seen Cone Sound when they do sets, they play. I think Will at least he plays the drums,
Yeah, I
and it would be really cool if I could like incorporate my keyboard or something to play alongside the
yeah,
decks or music or
I
whatever.
guess. But like, wouldn't you still need decks for that?
Yeah, I think that's why I regret it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it wasn't that fell through.
It's definitely a good idea. It's like I've I've gone to like plenty of shows, and it's always interesting when there's something other than just decks on the table. Um,
Yeah,
like like you said, I with Cohen Sound, I did see them live once, and it was very interesting. Like with kind of like drum pads and like that's always interesting. Dabin and Trivecta, they do like guitar in their sets. Same thing with
yeah,
Song
that's sick.
Holo. There was one that was I saw this guy. What's his name? Moonbounce was a very
Yeah,
like interesting one because he had like he didn't actually have decks. It was pretty much he used his laptop and like a launch pad and like his own custom kind of like mixer thing, as well as like a microphone, and just it wasn't like looping his voice, but he was like kind of freestyle rapping over like all these beats that he was like kind of customly like putting together on the
Yeah.
spot, which
Yeah,
is
isn't that kind of like what Mark Rebeyer is
oh
doing?
yeah, he does that too. Fucking like I
Yeah,
love
definitely.
shit like that. Like it's always a more I find it's a lot like it leaves more of an impression when you're doing something unique compared to
Yeah,
like
and it's more like it's more live than just
yeah,
playing
cuz
sets
it's
that you
yeah,
put together. Yeah,
cuz it's like when you're using just your decks, it's like you just got to think of it. It's like the thing that's now the most memorable has to be the music, right? It can't be like your
yeah,
like I mean, you can like try to make your stage present memorable and sometimes people succeed in that, but it's not as easy as if you're like doing something like that isn't typically done.
yeah. It's definitely less. It's less. I can't find the word. I just
Uh
had it.
you know, I'm sharing your thinking. Like I understand what word you're trying to use, but I don't know what the word is either. Um
I'm
like
so stuck. Yeah. Okay, we jumped all that, but yeah, I definitely feel like people should try more and experiment more with like how they love to perform stuff. I feel like that's a place that could be explored much more.
mm,
I actually saw some tweets that Warsaw did, where he used like he had his hands and he had some coordinator on his Mac which recorded his hand gestures,
mm.
and the hand gestures uh, made the bass go crazy, or whatever.
Ooh,
It
that's nuts.
it controlled the bass. Like if you open his palms, the filter opened, stuff like that.
Yo,
And I feel
that's
like if that was incorporated into the show, it would be really fucking sick. It could be like you could do a weird dance and it turned into neuro goodness.
that's wild. Like yeah, imagine like cuz there's a lot of technology like to do stuff like that. I can imagine like somebody DJing an entire set without using decks and only using like motion controls.
Oh, that would be sick.
That would be really cool. Imagine somebody just like dancing an entire DJ set.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
it would for real. It would be really sick to if.
It would
I wonder if
require like a
Warsaw
lot of
still
precision
is
though.
experimenting with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Warsaw even does shows.
Yeah, it would require a lot of precision though to do something like that. Like, you know, cuz it already you got to be very exact when you're already like using decks, but
And
like
it could be more like of some improv type of stuff though.
oh
If you
yeah.
had like a freeform neuro part in your track or something ambient you could play with a lead or something.
Probably. Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm sure that like they'll like going back to like your live stuff, you doing it with a keyboard. I'm pretty sure that'd be pretty rad because there's like a I know that there's a bunch of people that do that and it.
Yeah, like Haywire.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I saw it. I saw him live actually on with Cohen Sound. They did like a tour together like
Oh,
a few
you were on
years ago.
that side.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I want to go there.
yeah, it was wait, it was like a few days before my 18th birthday, I think, which was
Best
kind of
birthday gift.
yeah, it was wild. It's really funny because like I went with my friend and I, and we're like I'm like I wouldn't say I'm super into dubstep, but I do like the headbanging aspect. I'm not gonna lie, I headbanged a
Yeah.
haywire a bit, and I was the only one doing it, but I still did it.
Yeah. Fuck the
But
crowd.
yeah, it was
Do what you
like
want.
the lady next to me was like actually kind of she seemed kind of pissed, and she actually asked me like to stop, and I was like she asked me to stop, and I was
Wait,
like yeah,
she
she
asked
asked
you
me
to
to
stop?
stop, yeah, and I was
That's so
like
rude, man.
I'm just trying to have fun. I'm like come on, man.
You need to
And
enjoy
like
the music
yeah,
thoroughly.
I like I've and then like I feel like the rest of the night I was like visibly disappointed. Like I just had
Because
to.
of that lady.
Yeah, I was like, I just wanna.
Oh,
But it was like after Cohen Sound came up, they were like actually playing some bangers. So I was like, you know what, now I can go because it's like this is the kind
yeah,
of
definitely.
music. I mean, I get it. It's like
I would still do it. I would ignore it, I
yeah, I
think.
mean, like, but I get it. Headbanging to like freeform jazz is a bit like it's a bit out of the
Yeah, but
question.
it kind of depends how you headbang. What's the past tense form of headbanged?
I think it's headbanged.
Headbang.
Yeah, I don't think it's headbung because
That would be kind of
I
funny.
mean
Yeah.
the past tense for bang is banged, right? So I feel like it'd be
Okay. Yeah.
headbanged.
Don't blame my English, please.
Don't worry about it. It's like English is a stupid language, so
It is.
it really is. I still don't
Nordic
understand
languages.
like
Not the
sometimes the
best.
past tense for hang is hung and sometimes it's hanged. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever. But yeah, it's like I mean, I was going kind of crazy because he played like a couple of like my favorite songs. He played like endlessly, and like that's like one of my favorite
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah, I love
tracks.
that.
So like I kind of went nuts there, but not
The
really
thing is,
gonna.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, go for it.
The
Go for
thing
it.
is, I would want to like do keyboard stuff and all that in my sets, but I find it kind of hard because a lot of my music is really not lead based. It's
Mm.
more like random resampled sounds. And that's where I struggle a bit to find a way to do that and live perform that. I could do like I could do drum pads, but that would be really boring if I just have like a rhythm pattern. It would
Yeah.
make no sense. So I'm not really sure how to go about it.
Mm.
I One idea I could do is like if I had some places in my set where I do some improv on the keyboard or do one place where I kind of improvise and make a bit of a track or something.
Or
I'm not
like,
sure.
yeah. Are you? I mean, I feel like something that I think Haywire. I don't know if Haywire does it, but like a really cool idea is like just kind of having like a track and just kind of like playing a lead over it, but like with a specific like synth to match the track or whatever, or bass to match the track.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of
but
give it like a unique feel, like kind of like a VIP version every single show. Like
but that could be cool.
yeah, stuff's always nice.
But yeah, it just depends on. I feel like it really depends on the track because if you can
Mm.
have like some big chord stack, dubstep, melodic dubstep virtual right, it would be easy to play a lead over and it would fit. But
Yeah,
if you do like neural stuff, like I feel like it would be definitely more difficult to
yeah.
do.
Oh yeah, you said Virtual Right was like one of your inspirations, right? To for the music that you're
Yeah,
making now. How I guess did you
maybe not now actually.
or yeah, maybe
uh,
yeah.
it was like
One of
where I
your
started,
yeah.
and I tried. And since I was a VR ripoff, I think some people called me out for being VR ripoff, and I
Hmm.
kind of like wanted to stop taking a lot of inspiration of him.
Okay.
So I essentially now he's a person I listen to if I want some nostalgia, pretty much.
Okay.
And I of course I listen to his newer stuff,
Hmm.
but I try to avoid putting it in playlists. Actually,
Gotcha.
I'm pretty strict on myself. I don't know.
Okay. But like he was I guess your introduction to like electronic music then. But
Yeah, or my introduction to electronic music was kind of weird because I
yeah, how
first
did
got into electronic
yeah.
music because of Geometry Dash. I was a heavy mobile gamer. I'm not proud of that,
I
and I
mean,
am
yeah, I feel like every kid was at some point. Or,
yeah,
every kid like
and
born
I am
after 2000.
yeah, definitely. It's not a good. It's not good. But yeah, I got into Geometry Dash. I really like that kind of electronic music, and then later I got into like big room stuff and house stuff, Kashmir, and other people. And then I think I had Spotify, and once it recommended me Aliens by Virtual Riot and Dodge and Fusky, and that was I think the first like proper time I listened to dubstep. And then later, when I first really got into dubstep, where was I? I was going on a bus ride. We were going we were skiing with my school, and
Mm-hmm.
on the bus ride I found uh, I got evil Game Boy on my phone by Virtual Riot, and I think I listened for the track straight for like 1 hour because I liked it so much, and that was when I really got into dubstep. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's a banger. So completely
yeah, it
warranted.
really is. I fucking love it.
Yeah. It's weird. Like, it's interesting now. Like, at least from my perspective, to hear like I guess dubstep producers inspirations for people that I guess got into dubstep. Uh, like what that was how long ago was that for you then? Like 4 or 5 years ago? At like the longest?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
something about that.
it's interesting because like 4 or 5 years ago that was 2016, 2017, and it's always interesting to me to hear how people got in or like what people's inspirations were like around those times, because if you ask like most dubstep producers who have kind of like been in the game for a while, everybody's gonna say Skrillex. that's
Yeah,
that's pretty much how it is. Everybody says Skrillex, or everybody says or like if you're doing trance, like everybody says like I don't know, Dead Mouse, or like everybody says like those bigger artists that have been in the game for a long time.
yeah,
um
yeah.
and it's always interesting to me to think like, oh yeah, like Virtual Riot's kind of like getting to that point now where he's like, I think like the modern, or I don't want to say the modern generation, but like the newer people working in dubstep who have like I guess who haven't been in like the scene since like 2009 or
Yeah, he's definitely been a big inspiration for a lot of people.
yeah, it's
I see. Like a lot of people I talk to say, yeah, I went through a virtual ride ripoff phase. I feel like a lot of
yeah.
people have gone through that phase.
I feel like I don't want to say that he's like the next Skrillex or whatever, but I feel like he's gonna have like he already does have kind of like a similar he's got like a similar like impact in the sense that like a lot of people are now like crediting him for like the reason that they're in a dubstep. Like
Yeah,
his sound is so like identifiable that like a lot of people are trying to copy it, like how a lot of people were trying to copy Skrillex a while ago.
yeah, for
um
sure.
yeah, it's interesting because it's like I got into music it not because, or I got into electronic music not because of Skrillex, but like around the same time as Skrillex's like Scary Monsters and Ice Sprites EP came out. Like
Oh yeah,
maybe
that's a
maybe
long
maybe
time
a
ago.
little bit after. Yeah, I was only like 10. No, I was like 9. So I was like
Oh,
I was a tiny kid, but like I just got
yeah,
into
that's
it
pretty young.
super early. Um but yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
was a bit late to be honest.
yeah. No, you weren't late. Like honestly, I feel like I was just super fucking early. Um because most people our age would probably not. I'd say like or yeah, you're like 3 years younger than me. So I guess like right between is like the point where it's less Skrillex and more like modern day stuff. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like right in that
I mean,
between point.
I'm curious how people get into like EDM now. What their main inspiration is gonna be, because I feel like
Yeah.
the music scene or EDM scene right now is kind of, I feel like it's kind of getting oversaturated, at least like with like
Oh yeah. I mean,
rhythm and stuff.
because I feel like it's just now like the electronic genre. It's so much bigger than like it used to be. Because like back then, in like the time during Skrillex, you literally just kind of had like Skrillex, Dead Mouse, Daft Punk, and like maybe like a couple more, but that was like those were the big names, and that was it. And now you got like tons.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
also because how technology is evolving. Like, it's a lot more accessible now than it was 10, 15 years ago.
yeah,
Now you can like crack stuff, get a computer easily. The software that you can get easily is really powerful, much more powerful than it was long ago.
yeah, yeah. I'd say like though main inspirations for people now probably like at least for dubstep would probably be like say Virtual Riot and
Yeah,
I want to say like maybe um sudden excision and sudden death. Probably those three would probably be
I think
like
probably also people also really like the whole Disciple gang,
oh
like
yeah.
Eliminate, Fox Stevenson
Oh
maybe.
yeah, I didn't even think about like Eliminate's probably like he's definitely compared to like the ones I just mentioned. He's like on the smaller end, but
Yeah,
his like I guess sound design is unique enough that like pretty much you can't go to or like before COVID you couldn't go to a show and not hear an Eliminate track drop. Like it didn't matter who
yeah.
was playing, they would drop one.
I'm
It
kind of
yeah,
yeah.
kind of crazy.
I can't agree on that because I've never been to a show for real.
Yeah, I
It's
mean
kind of sad because the Norway scene is pretty dead at the moment. At least for like this kind of genre.
yeah,
I
that's
know
fair.
I know approximately like two people from Norway that makes a bit of the same stuff as me, and that's it's Crow and you know Crow,
Crow, like, how do you spell that?
Crow.
Crow. Okay.
Yeah, Crow. Sorry.
I was no worries. I was
Um,
like the bird.
um,
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I know who they
my
are.
English pronunciation is a bit scuffed.
I don't worry about it.
Um, yeah, and the other one is called. But yeah, did you know Crow?
Yeah, I've heard of Crow.
Yeah, okay. Um, and the other one is Candid Oak, which is a less known producer, but he's a really nice guy. He
Hmm.
makes like IDM Nero type stuff too.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, I don't want to say I'm not surprised that the scene in Norway is dead, but like you Norway is a like a very small or population wise it's a very small nation.
Yeah, it
Like
is.
yeah, like I mean the city I'm living in right now I think is like double Norway's population. So,
That's it's kind of hilarious how small Norway is actually.
yeah.
Yeah, population wise.
Although it is like nice though. Like anytime I go back to Sweden to visit, it's like it's always nice to be there cuz it's like the density, it's like it feels like you don't really feel like it's super underpopulated, especially like if you're in a one of the bigger cities in Stockholm, but it feels like or like when you're like in Stockholm or something, it doesn't feel like
Yeah,
it's a lot less people, but it is, and it's nice because like you
more
know,
space.
yeah, it's
Like,
like it's also more space, but it's also like less. Yeah, it's also like I guess more nature friendly in the sense like LA is all smoggy and shit all the time,
oh
and it's
yeah,
like
a lot of cars and yeah.
oh dude, it's like you go to like you go to like any like high point here in LA and you can see like this kind of like brown gray murky haze over the entire city and it's gross.
Oh yeah, that sounds kind of disgusting.
It
But like,
very much is.
it's kind of sad because when I live in Norway, I kind of take stuff like that for granted. Like we have a lot of nature around me, and not that many people, and I
Yeah.
kind of forget how nice it is here.
Yeah, I
Like
think
I take it for granted.
yeah, I think most people are kind of most people take for granted like the area which they like I guess live at the moment. Um
Yeah,
I know cuz like what's it called? My like I feel like everybody ever like is always like, "Oh yeah, I want to move somewhere new from like where they grew up or initially lived. Most people like want to
Yeah,
move away, and it's more like I feel like people just kind of never want to be in the place that they start out. If that makes sense.
yeah, definitely.
Which is
They
a
probably kind of get bored by it. Personally,
yeah.
I haven't explored much where I live, so I'm not really bored by it. But
Mm.
I have thought about moving because but I'm still kind of unsure about the whole music career thing. I
Yeah.
think it's really fun at the moment, but it's kind
Yeah.
of a sketchy job
Yeah.
to work freelance and just trying to earn money.
Mm. I mean, you're also a kid though, so you're like a kid right now, so you got time to figure it out. It's not
Yeah, I'm
like
really happy I do.
yeah. I'm an adult now and I still don't really know what I'm doing, so it's like don't worry about it. It's you'll figure something out.
Yeah. I think I saw someone say once that said that like people may show that they have stuff together, but no one really has their shit together ever.
Yeah, that's just true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and then and then you got like people like me who are just completely open of the fact that like they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. So yeah,
Um,
I think I'll just for now I'll just try as good as I can to become bigger, reach out to more people, work on my music, and we'll see how it goes in like 3 years.
yeah, I mean,
See if I still want to do it.
see with with the stuff that you're doing now, I'm pretty like excited to see like where your music goes in the future because
Yeah.
you definitely got the talent to like go to move forward.
Thank you.
It's more like
I
now,
appreciate that.
yeah, now you just gotta like put in the time and just go for it.
Grind.
Yeah, it's like everybody does.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. I think the only thing that's kind of annoying
Hmm.
is like to reach out to more people. You got to brand and you got to be active on the social medias. And for me, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I also the branding I did for Bird's Nest, I made 3 trailers, and my Premiere Pro was like bugging out and switching projects and like destroying my projects. And I luckily catch the last render, and I
Mm.
got it out. But it was a pain in the ass. I made like 3 trailers for it, and I'm never making 3 trailers for one track again. It was really hard.
Yeah, it's like it is a bit of a shame that you gotta like put in so much when it comes to like I guess what's it called promo and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's like you said, it's like we could probably because like it's such an oversaturated market now that's like that's the only way that you can really um
to be different. Like
or yeah, that's the
yeah,
only way you have to like make something that grabs people's attention with before they even hear what it is.
yeah, definitely, that's true.
Yeah, and it's the fucking like it's always like yeah, because most people would just be like, yeah, I just kind of want to just release the track, don't say anything, just kind of do it. And like some
Yeah,
people do
but
that, but like
it doesn't really go well when you do that.
the only people that can actually do that are like people that are like people that already have like millions of people like paying attention to their stuff regularly.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
and
fucking
I also have kind of refrained to pay people and do the branding for me because I kind of wanted to teach myself how to do it, how to use Photoshop, how to use Premiere Pro, so
mm,
uh, I could do it myself basically. But it kind of ends up being too much when you're just starting out, at least because you don't know much. It takes a lot of time and effort.
yeah. Well, I mean, it
That's like
was
the only downside to doing the branding.
Well, at least
yourself.
at least you got like the learning experience from it though. So
Yeah,
that's always good.
yeah, it's really good to yeah.
Um, all right. Well, I think we're reaching around the end of our time for this episode.
Yeah,
So yeah, you did it. You talked for the whole hour.
let's go.
Let's
I did it.
go. We did it. Um, so I guess to close this out, I guess do you have any like last words for anybody anybody listening out there? Any advice you'd like to give? Any random thing that you want to say?
I could give some advice that when you're making music, just try to have fun. Do what you want to do yourself. And if you really have passion for what you do, I think you can get somewhere. Yeah, that was my random cliche advice I
All
had.
right. I mean that works. And I guess then where can everybody find you? Like, what are your socials?
Uh, I think, yeah, I'm on SoundCloud. I'm. How should I say this? So, should I like say the underscore and everything?
But I mean, sure. I'll put it all in the description. So like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check the podcast description. It's
All
there.
right. Yeah.
Just search Surface on all socials, and you'll probably find me.
All right. Yeah. That Surface is in Surphase for everybody
Yeah. Yeah.
who hasn't read the title or anything.
With an
Um.
PH. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh. Oh yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that. I forgot. Yeah. The word surface doesn't have a ph in it for some reason. That didn't cross my mind.
Oh.
But yeah. I guess for everybody listening, check out all of Surface's stuff. I'll put it all in the description. You can check out everything for the podcast as well as myself down there as well. And then, but yeah, thank you, Surface, so much for coming through.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. It was fun.
Awesome. Yeah, and then for everybody listening, like please stay tuned for the next episode.
It's pizza time.
Hell yeah, it is.